Okay, Saturday, June 19th, forest walk. I've already walked from the lighthouse. Am I bragging? No, just saying. These aspen are amazing, right? In Montana, you'd see those like now and then, but they're just amazing. They're so big. I don't know if you can tell how big they are. See that giant cedar over there? Well, you know, there's cedars like at Ross Creek Cedars in Montana that you can get inside, but how big this is, this aspen. Oh, I love you so much. Oh my goodness, right? Wow. Oh, trees. Okay, I don't need to cuss in every video. I love you so much, trees. My heart just bursts. Now, I went down there last time. It goes to the Chinese gardens and the pond. Ah, I'll show you. We'll see if the sound changes. I'm taking my headphones off. You know, I love walking with music. Oh my goodness, it so makes me go further. And my favorite song to walk to is Self-Control by Laura Branigan. And then, of course, after that, it's Gloria, Gloria, because, you know, it plays after that usually. Okay. And who don't love Gloria? Okay. One day I was walking and there was a guy sitting here meditating. Because he lives at the shelter, but he's a local, you know, and so he seemed sweet, and you know, I'll just leave that at that. Look at this little Hummer. Oh, what another beauty, right? Hello. Hello, big old cedar. So see, there's a pond. Now the Chinese gardens have lots of ponds, but don't fall down, Crystal. Don't fall down. Oh, wow, very pretty. All right, so see, like if you threw something in the water there, you'd see all the moss split. Isn't that weird? Look at it all. Or whatever that is. Pond scum. See, it goes all the way back there. Yeah. All right, we're out of here. Now you know. Hello, gorgeous. Hello. Oh. So pretty. So that one is mega huge, right? Look at that. This is my head for reference. It smells so good out here with those fires. Because there's the forest campgrounds in there. Down by the water is the beach campground. I don't know if you can see how big that is, but holy cow, right? I love you so much. Big old Douglas fir. All right. So this goes up into the campground. But seeing as how I'm doing a forest walk video, I think I'll keep going this way. There's all kinds of trails in here. I walked this the other day, and the way I walked come out at, I've walked from Fort Worden, those buildings up above, over to North Beach. And there's a pretty flat trail, which is kind of cool. Sometimes you're not in the mood for hills. And sometimes you are. Sometimes you're like that, and sometimes you don't. Anyway, I digress. Clearly. Wow. Oh, gosh, it's beautiful. Oh, so this comes out at the end of that trail behind the different buildings, and then I guess you'll see in a minute. There's many ways you can go, but that's just, to give you incentive to stay tuned, because you might want to see the backside of the buildings. Very, very pretty. Oh, this is beautiful. You gather some of this up to start fires. Not like if you see a big knot of pitch or something. That's just, oh my gosh, look at all that pine oil. It's just so awesome. Don't do it, you're going to have to. Look at that. Okay, well. Yes, natural pine oil. Everywhere. Oh, it smells so good. Whew. I'll take you down here. I guess we're on a big old adventure. It's Saturday, and there's rowing stuff down there. Like, there's a whole bunch of rowers, and I took a picture of like a 30 or 40 foot rowboat yesterday. It's so cool. I might video on the way back down there, but it depends on if I'm in the mood for music or what. Cedar, Douglas fir. See all that pine oil? Beautiful. It's dripping everywhere. Look at it. Anyway, yeah, the rowers are here from all over. It's called the Sound Rowers, like soundrowers.org or something. I don't know. The Sound is like what we call this area, the Puget Sound. That pine is delightful. And then was the farmer's market and lots going on. And we're hearing about all of these things, that the big V word or the jab or whatever, causing enlarged hearts and causing all these problems. And Johnson & Johnson's this, and they're out. And you read the white paper, you see the world news, you see, right? And then it's completely contradictory to the Port Townsend news. See, this is the Chinese garden trails. So that lagoon was kind of up and around there. And so this Port Townsend's maybe opening back up. The neighbor county just shut down again. It's so ridiculous, right? Because come on. But at any rate, things are shifting and opening, but we'll see what happens. Like this event down here, there was no masks. You see a couple kids with them on, but I'm going to save the rest of my opinions so this video maybe stays up. You can have a peaceful walk. This is called snowberry because it gets white berries, bracken fern. What is this? Ooh, I'm not going to touch it. I went to the bathroom. I parked my sister's car in Oregon, somewhere in the mountains, and I went to the bathroom side of the road, like I do in Montana and stuff. Just down beside the car, and then I was like, wait a minute. I hear somebody coming. Nobody was coming. But then I got just into the bush just a little bit. The bush, I got poison oak all over my ass. All literally. See the Chinese gardens in there? And that's the road that you take to North Beach from Fort Worden. And then down there's North Beach, and there's a big pond in there. This trail goes up here, around, down there. And then you can go on over to North Beach. I'm not headed that way. Do you wonder what happens when I do the ground like that? It's because, I know you're dying to know, I'm tightening my sweatshirt belt because I have to start with my sweatshirt. It's so chilly, and then, it's not. I'm not sure if this one ties into the one that I want or not, but they all tie in eventually. Okay. And, well, this is my day. More integration. Had a tower moment yesterday. Let more things fall away. Integrating new things. I feel cleansed. And I had it on a 24-hour dry fast. So that's cool, because that just makes it even more effective once you get out of the puddle of your own hysteria. Oh, see, that was just an example. Anyway, I don't really mean that. But just, the transition of one timeline to the next is sometimes a little bit dark night of the soulish. Okay, where does that go? Well, I don't want to go that way, so let's circle back, as they say. It's so funny because, there's no way to get lost in here, right? And I used to feel that way, even in the biggest of the mountains. I'm like, well, I know survival stuff. Yeah, man, whatever. I really know survival stuff now. I thought I was a big shot. I know survival in the mountains. Get lost in the mountains, but you don't know survival until you know it in the fucking streets of America. Whoa. Anyway, wolves, grizzlies, sometimes they're friendlier than people, and popo, whatnot. Anyway, you're lost in the mountain, right? You know you're on a mountain. You know by the elevation or whatever. And, so pretty. If you don't know where you're at, you just find a creek. Done. And the creek says, look, Crystal, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Sit on down here and find a nice place to die. Got some berries, but that's all. You don't necessarily follow the creek's advice, but you follow the creek down, the way it flows down. And it always leads to a road. Or the ocean, either way you find. But in this case, it would eventually lead to Lake Koocanusa or whatever. But the thing is it leads to a road. And I have done that. I've traversed, I called it the Meafy dance because there's a plant called false huckleberry. Kind of looks like that, but. And, the Emmy and Effie is the first two, how you identify it, because that's the first two letters of the scientific name. So I'd call it the Meafy dance. Right, so I'm going down a mountain. No trail in sight. You just got to go down through thick Meafy. So I just have my gloves on, and I just grab it, and I just swing down, like Tarzan, except for I'm kind of on the ground. but I don't want to fall, right? Forestry, they call this a cruiser. I used to go, cruiser, go down, because, you know, you slip in the wet in the forest. And when you're doing surveys, which way do you want to go? This way. When you're doing surveys, you don't go, oh, I'm going to go around this rock or this cliff or this mountain. No. You do chains. You have a certain stick where you measure it each. I forget what a chain is. It's been 20 years. But you don't veer off of your compassed course. So whatever it is, you go through it. Obviously, there's buildings and there's things that are exceptions you have to adjust for. But okay. So at this spot, I'm going to assume that goes to North Beach, and this goes to the trail I was telling you about. It is the trail I was telling you about. See that feather? Modes of a feather, and they walk together. Oh, goodness sakes, what time is it? Do you know? Oh, it's 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m., darling. Well, thank you for telling me that, darling. Yevon. It's so funny, like right here, I feel a presence. So I thought someone was coming up behind me. But then maybe it's a buzz, maybe it's bees, maybe it's the road, but like I felt like a bike, which is so weird. If you've seen my video of me on the beach the other day when a bike just appeared, like not only did I do a video way down the beach, I didn't hear it until it was right next to me, and then it was so loud in the water. It didn't even startle me, the loudness of it. But what startled me was then something was next to me, moving fast. And I screamed. Because I'm a screamer. I startle easily in former timelines. Interesting, yesterday I got some pictures. Didn't really realize what was happening, so I didn't get a video or whatever. But there was one of the military planes. You see the Growler jets and stuff go over, but it was one of the military planes. Maybe a cargo plane then or something, because it was flying way, like half the distance lower than regular, and up over the lighthouse area in Port Townsend Bay, and then out, you know, obviously coming from Whidbey Island or Oak Harbor or whatever, military base. And then it was just kind of neat. And then on the weekends, odds are high that it's, you know, a floating biplane, especially if it's nice. It's supposed to be like 90 or 80 in Seattle. I thought it was supposed to be like 70-something here, but so far there's still a fog or something, so not really a fan of the heat. And if I'm going to be in it, I'm going to be siesta-ing in the middle of the day, like I did in the Yucatan and Boca Raton, Key West. But, you know, all different. I've been to Hawaii lots of times and stayed there for months. And I love the evening. What's cool about Hawaii, another thing, is that you don't have daylight savings times. You have 6 and 6-ish, 5, whatever. Daylight, dark. So it's dark a certain time every night. And so you can count on the darkness to be cooler. Well, I guess we're coming back on this trail. That is interesting. Okay. So we're coming back on the trail that we went in on. So the other way would have been, yeah, okay, I get it. The extension of this trail, which would have come out behind those buildings. All right, we got it. I got logged in the old Mapola. Who needs GPS when you got the Mapola? Yeah, right, Crystal. For some reason, I just flashed on driving around downtown Portland. Oh my goodness, right? During my trial, my truck was really weird because it was a clutch. And people get right up on you, right? It's hills everywhere, and they don't leave any room for you to roll back at all. I consider myself the clutch queen. I can burn out a clutch faster than anyone. And snow clutch right now. It's very glorious to experience a few years of an automatic. I'm 50 now, and I've always driven a stick. All right, I'm going to keep showing you. I'm going to show you where I did the security for a concert a few years back. Big old blimp hanger down here. I had coffee today. I don't usually drink it, and it makes me hack. It's my body doesn't love coffee, but there are other perks, so I do it once in a while. So yeah, 2 summers ago, August, I had I did a no tents, no forest use. I worked for a security company, and I did 13-hour shifts right up here, guarding the concert area for the night, and it was so cool, you know. I had the internet some, I think, but it was very sketchy. I didn't have a phone that had the internet or anything like that. But I sat in the vehicle, but only some, because I just walked the perimeter over and over and over, and it was so neat, because, right, you'd have the ravens or the crows or whatever, and then you would have, as the dark come in, the owls, right? And then you have the raccoons coming in, and that's what I'd spend most of the night doing, was chasing off raccoons so they didn't eat cords and, you know, get into mischief. So here's the building. It's the blimp. It's where the military had the blimp, and they do different shows and stuff there. The surrounding community didn't like that concert because the speakers were as big as the building. No, but they were, they were at least 6 feet tall. They might have even been 8 or more. They were just massive. They hung them on big chains. And the neighborhood was like, what? All right, so we just came from down there. That's the forest trail. And then down there would be the beach. Okay, so here's the building. And then up there is where I was talking about that the trail, other part comes out. These were all military housing, and now they're all empty. They vacation rental them in a community where there's absolutely no affordable housing, and they're whining about not having service, people to be their slaves and serve them things, but yet there's no housing for the people. So yep, I drove in there, my security jacket, and I'm going to put you down for a sec. If it shuts off, we'll have to do a part 2. Soon I'll be carrying a backpack again, because, you know, I'm almost ready. Oh, it stayed on. Aren't these awesome? All right, so that opens up. And then there's a concert venue. Do you see these deer? And so this was the perimeter that I walked, and then around back. And they would chase off people that would come and use the internet, or people that come and, you know, it's just running people off of places all the time is just a full-time job. It's ridiculous. So then that hangar opened up and the stage come out there, and those speakers hung there because those doors open up all the way. And then this was just filled with concert people. Tons of people. And of course you see those deer. Alright, well, we're going to say goodbye now and go to the music. That's the church. Alright, I'll show you the church and then we'll say goodbye. Well, there's a church, a white one up there. People get me. Okay, that's the church. That white one up there. Of course, churches are white. This is the theater. And they have different art or music things there sometimes. The Fort Worden Port Authority had so much nefarious activity that the funding and all that's just crazy. It's still functioning, but they're definitely in transition. Oofta. That's a word, oofta. There's a neat little bench in there. You see it? And giant trees. Yeah. Home sweet home. Regardless of what I do, this is home. This area of the world is so home. And San Juan Island's part of this area of the world. And so then also there is the, my guest house is Kauai. So isn't this neat? An old box office. All right, peace out.